It was a YouTube family thing, and he said I'm going to be doing part 1 of what if Luffy was trained by Kozuki Oden. So basically how this what if is going to start off is we are going to have Luffy at the age of 9.
I know y'all probably don't want to hear this. I was tired
for
doing this
9
video,
months.
and for some reason,
it's going to be
my
sent
editing app,
backwards,
the one that I
and he's
use,
going to be trained by Kozuki
just
Oden.
couldn't cropped out.
So he's been trained by Kozuki Oden, and yeah, he learned.
And I'm really exhausted.
He learns hockey. He learns he doesn't really. Nothing really happens with his gum fruit. He's gonna learn those later, but he only knows how to use a sword. And yeah, and he has that he has something like second gear, but he calls it body flicker. And he has that Brooke, you're already cut, kind of thing. So we see Luffy right now as Luffy's just, he's about to go out into sea. The sea monster of the King of the Coast then comes as it looks at Luffy with a deathing stare. Luffy looks up at the King of the Coast. Now at this point, you see how in my intro, kind of at the end where Zoro slices the dragon's head off, Luffy does the exact same thing to the King of the Coast, making the King of the Coast drop blood into the water. Luffy then goes out. So, we're actually going to have a time skip. Luffy has already gained a bounty. Let's just say that his bounty is 30 million, and he's about to fight Arlong. So Arlong knows who Luffy is. Luffy... Luffy looks at Arlong as he says, "You hurt my friend Nami, so now I'm gonna kill you." And Luffy rushes at Arlong. And Arlong just stands there with his hand up as he's about to try and punch Luffy, but his hand is then sliced off as Luffy tucks back in his blade as he turns around to look at Arlong. Arlong turns around to look at Luffy as she says his arm hasn't been sliced off yet. As Arlong says, "Stupid swordsman, you did nothing to me." But then, out of nowhere, he then feels his arm being sliced and 2 slashes on his chest, like Luffy's. He falls to the ground, all bloodied and battered. Everybody's shocked that he was defeated so easily, as Luffy then has a flashback. If you were wondering, Luffy is... Second Division Commander mid. He's mid-diff Second Division Commander, so he could fight, Queen. He's about as strong as Sanji in the current timeline. Right now in Wano. Sanji's high diff. A little bit weaker than Sanji right now in the current timeline. As we didn't have a flashback to when Luffy fought Mihawk. As a clash blades. Wow, you're strong, brat. As Mihawk powers Hockey into his blade, saying that Luffy's really strong. As Luffy powers Hockey into his blade, he spins around like a tornado, but then Mihawk slams his blade into Luffy, sending Luffy flying, and making Luffy almost shrink into the water. As Luffy realized he's not strong enough to become the Pirate King if he can't beat people like Mihawk. So we can see as Luffy, we're gonna have a time skip to when Luffy meets Kizaru. So since Luffy has Haki, he's going to be able to slash Kizaru. But when he cuts Kizaru, do you think it's actually gonna do something to Kizaru, man? Like, we're talking about Kizaru, man. Ki freaking Zaru. So he slashes Kizaru and it hurts a little bit, but then he gets back up as he swings his leg at Kizaru. Luffy then jumps in the air as he hakis up his fist, and he does Gomu Gomu no Gatlin, and all these barrages of punch, feels like Kizaru just got slapped in the face. And Kizaru's, wow, you're pretty strong, kid, but sadly, you're not strong enough. As he then kicks Luffy in the gut, sending Luffy flying through wall by wall. As Luffy then comes and slices Kizaru in half. Kizaru's like, huh? And when Luffy puts his blade back in, Kizaru's then sliced into tiny, tiny embers. As Luffy has a smirk on his face. I've defeated an admiral. Huh. Next thing I'm gonna go for is the young. As Luffy stabbed through the chest by Kizaru's sword. Kizaru then removes his blade from Luffy as Luffy falls into the ground with blood coming out of his mouth. Crap. Luffy gets back up as he charges up second gear and he tries to blitz Kizaru, but Kizaru is about to try and cut him in half, but Luffy blocks with his sword. Kizaru sent Luffy flying as he says, well, it seems you're not as strong as me. As Rayleigh then comes, Luffy and Rayleigh then try to fight Kizaru, and they're actually, like, winning, actually. They're most likely winning. The Kizaru is one of Luffy's friends, which Luffy turns and lets down his guard. As Kizaru aims for Luffy's shoulder, as Luffy shot straight to the shoulder. Rayleigh looks at Kizaru as he then cuts Kizaru in the chest, sending Kizaru flying back. And Luffy just falls on the ground because he's gotten beaten up in this fight, if you haven't noticed. I mean, they all get sent to Amazon Lily, you know. That. And then Luffy in the main timelines finds his way to, well, Bo Hancock's Island. And this is actually where I'm going to be ending off this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share to all of your friends on your social media platforms, YouTube. Yeah. Peace.